Hey everyone, good evening. We're about a minute early. We will get started in just a moment. Tuesday, January 21st. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes. All right, we're starting to fill up a little bit more here tonight. We'll get started in just a minute or so, letting everybody jump on. Starting to get a few more people. Tonight we're going to be doing more of a Q&A. So if you got questions, sorry guys, I got text messages. I get about 300 text messages a day, and if I put my phone down, I'll be having about 200 by the time we get done. So, just so everyone knows before we get started, tomorrow at 11 a.m., I want to give everybody just a heads up. We are going to be doing a technical call. If anytime we implement something new, we're always going to have some issues here and there and different places. And this is the biggest update and change that we've made to our system since we started. So, tomorrow at 11 a.m., we will be doing a technical call. We'll have James on, myself, Lisa. There may be some things that James can show you. So if you can get on from your phone and you have any technical problems, issues, I will end up giving you a presenter link so that you can actually show us exactly what's going on. You can share your screen from your phone. So we'll do that tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. I know on the West Coast might be a little early for you guys, but if you or anyone you know is having any kind of problems when it comes to technical stuff, please get on that call. Tonight, I really want to focus on more of, building the business. If anybody has questions, you're more than welcome to put those in the chat. And we're going to get going. Hold on. There we go. Liliana. I'm excited for some of you guys next week to be coming down here and spending a couple of days with us. If you don't know about that, we'll start off with that real quick. We are doing a live training here in South Florida. We'll start on Friday evening with the meet and greet. We'll give you the details to where that is from like 6 to 8. Then on the next day, Saturday morning, we'll start at 10 a.m., go till about 4 p.m., 4 or 5 p.m. From the Twisted Tuna in Jupiter, Florida. We'll have lunch provided for everyone. And then on Sunday, we'll be going from about 10 to 3 so that you can get your ride, get home if you need to take off for driving or if you need to get flights. Some of you are going to want to come right now. I see some of I know in Pensacola, we have rain and ice and snow. And, I know Biloxi, Mississippi, they got the same thing. So you guys may want to head on over here now, but we are going to get that in all. Listen, we were going to charge $150 for that. I just got to the point where I was like, listen, I need as many people here as we possibly can. We're not going to charge anything. As long as you can get here, you can actually go. Lisa, if you're on here already, if you could do me a favor and get on the call or just put the link James has put. Let me see if I can get it for you guys real quick. I will get the link and throw it in here. Let's see here. If you have any questions on business or any of that thing, put it in the chat, and I will come and give you the ability to unmute yourself so you can talk. And let me get to that. I'm going to put the link for this training. And I would just tell you this. I know some of you are going to say, hey, it's hard for me to get there. I don't have the money. I don't have this. Find a way to get here. You know, I decided in 2024, end of it 2024, going into 2025, I was going to go back to just not buying excuses. Not, you know, I may have let it happen a little bit last year, but now it's time for people to make money. It's time for people to be successful. And a lot of being successful starts right here. 90%, I think, starts being right here. You know, if most people would have sat back and logically thought about starting a rideshare company to compete with Uber and Lyft, most people would have said, oh, no, I would never do that. That's too much money, too much time, too much chance of failing. I've never thought that way. Like, I've always known that we will be successful. Now, have I failed at things when I thought I was going to be successful? Absolutely. But I will tell you this, it wasn't for a lack of work. It wasn't for a lack of trying. It wasn't for a lack of going after it. Sometimes circumstances just change. And I'm one of those people that can pivot. I'm one of those people that can do it differently. And so I just believe totally that if you make the change, you can become successful. So it's time for us to make a change. I'm going to start. One of the things I'm going to teach you at this training is how to every single day move your business forward, how to get more people, how to talk to people. So I am happily driving 832 miles to get there. Rodney's already got it set in his how far it's going to be and how long it's going to take. So I'm telling you guys, I'm also going to be doing a little bit of a REVO road tour after this training. Probably the night of the training, I'm going to get in my vehicle. I'm going to head out. I'm going to be going to Pensacola. I'm going to be going to Biloxi. I'm going to be going to New Orleans, Texas, maybe Kansas City. And I'm going to be making it around. So another thing we need to do is, one of the things I've noticed, and I'll start with this, and hopefully some of you are going to be wanting to ask some questions or getting to think into some things. If not, it'll be a short call. But what I encourage you to do is ask some questions. What can I do? You know, what is it you think's holding you back? If there's something I can help you with. And I'll tell you right now, the people that ask the most questions, I don't care if you think that's a dumb question, you think if it's not something that you should ask it. Like, that's what I'm here for. When on demand is in effect now, people can do it in effect on demand now. My email, there's some good, Paul at REVO Ride. Now listen, if you want my email so you can send me all these complaints and, you know, things like that, don't do it. Just kidding. So on demand should be in effect right now. If you have questions on that kind of stuff, please join us tomorrow. If you have any kind of questions with technical stuff with the app, please, tomorrow at 11 a.m., join us on that. I will have James on there. We will answer. I don't care if it goes 2 hours. We're going to go through every technical question you can possibly have, and we're going to answer it over and over and over. I don't care how many times. I don't care how many questions. We've done this before, and when people understand how things work, and then James gets an understanding of what's going on in the field, a lot of times those two things mesh together very well. So anybody have questions that you would like to ask? If you'd like to just put your hand raised, I don't know if you can raise your hand in the chat, but if you just say me or here or something, I'll be happy to unmute you, and you can ask me some questions. Anybody questions? Would you guys like me to show you some of the things I do on a daily basis to make it so my business goes faster? No tech questions. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. I've had a long day, Lon. Do not push me. Let me see, Herb, if you guys can. Let me see if I can unmute Herb here. Herb Mason. Herb, I got you unmuted. You want to unmute yourself, you might have to do it on your phone. Hello? There he is. Hey, Herb, how are you? You look like you're cold. I think you're muted. Oh, hold on. I think I may. No, you.
How about now?
Now I
There we
got you.
go. I had my earpiece muted. Sorry about that.
There you go. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm actually over in Venice, Florida, believe it or not.
And you're
So
still in a
I'm just,
jacket.
yeah, I am. It's, it's chilly here.
I mean, I saw up in the
It's,
Panhandle in Pensacola. I saw more snow in Pensacola than I've
yeah,
ever seen in Texas, where I'm from. So
yeah.
crazy.
No, I hear you for sure. But I'm working on a couple of guys though. I'm working on Dan and Craig, see if I can maybe get them to come down for
Awesome.
next weekend. But I'll definitely be there. So I'm
Cool.
finishing up a road show here in Venice, Florida at Costco, and I've
Right
been
on.
recruiting drivers back and forth when I Uber, and so got about 8 drivers in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my
So
gosh, that's
slow but
awesome.
sure.
So what we need to do then is start
Yep.
working with these drivers. Like one of the things I really believe
Yep.
going forward is we've got to take them from they could first get started and help them. I when I was out in Vegas, I worked with a gentleman. I got in the car and I said, "How did you find out?" He goes, "Oh, it's the first ride I've ever done." And I said, "Okay." And then he didn't know anything about how to get rides, what to do. So I really believe coming out here when you're coming out to Florida will be a great thing. And so if you can get some of those guys that are brand new to come out here, great. I would tell everyone that's on this call tonight, if you've got people that you want me to talk to, get them on the phone, text me, send me an email. We'll set up a text time. I did a call for a group in Pensacola the other day. One of the things I'm the best at, and I'm not great at a lot of things, but showing people the vision and the dream of where we're going and what we're doing. So is there any questions you got, or anything you hear from the field, Herb, that I can help with?
Well, I tell you, just what you said a second ago is to how to get people to hit the ground running and get them plugged in and get them trained. I know they're getting the emails, and I've been guilty of dropping the ball on some new people that I brought in, and but now that we're actually able to take rides, I'm kind of going to switch up my mo. And once I recruit them, try and get them once they
To do
download the app
something.
to then take me for a ride like the next day. That's
Oh,
that's kind of my
I think that's a
I'm
hundred
I'm
percent
switching.
exactly, hundred
Yep,
percent exactly how you should do it. Like I wrote it, I put it on some stuff, and we're gonna have when you get here, and we're gonna have a step by step training, and we're gonna teach it over and over and over
excellent.
when we get here. But what I would say is, when you get somebody in, you need to get them if we can get somebody making money with us in the first 24 to
Right,
48 hours, they're not going anywhere. And so I
exactly.
think I put this out there. And what I would do with somebody is, hey, listen, let me walk you through the app. Let me show you where everything is. Like, let's download the app. Let's get you set up, send it in. And if you're not already approved, let me show you how to get approved. Let me show you everything on my phone because I am approved. Whether you're doing rides or you're not, like with her being in a different city, he's traveling for work and doing things. He's probably not going to be driving and doing Revo drives, but he's going to be on the other side of it as a customer. So he can, I would say you need to have both of the apps downloaded so you can
I
do either.
do. Yep.
So that's a great thing. But I would be going and going, hey, listen, if you and I would tell people this, like you're in your own business. And I think that's one of
Hmm.
the things we really need to start stressing with our drivers is you're in your own business. Now, you're not just going to turn on the app. This isn't like Uber or Lyft. You're going to turn on your app and you're going to get low pay. I mean, I would stress that this isn't what you're going to do. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to get your own clients, but it's not that hard. I would say, listen, if you were going to start your own restaurant today, who would you invite to your concert? I know that, most of you have heard me talk about Post Malone and people like that, that one of my friends, Jay, is his manager. But I guarantee you, when Post first started out in music, he didn't go and go, man, I'm going to go invite all these strangers to come listen to my music at this big stadium because nobody would have showed up. Nobody would have paid to do that. I guarantee you, when he first started out, he was doing music for his friends, doing music for people he knew. And then it started growing a little bit more and a little bit more. Any business that you start, if you were going to start a restaurant, who would you invite when you first opened it? Your friends and your family. So when I get with a driver, what I want to do with them is who are the 5 people that you and I can talk to in the next 24 hours that would do a ride with you? Like, just it didn't have to be a long ride, just a ride. Because you tell them, hey, listen, I'm just starting in my business. Can you do me a favor and do a ride? Download the app. I'll show you how to do it. I gotta get familiar with doing this. That's how you do it. Like I just took my son to meet with somebody that has a valet parking job. And I didn't just throw my son to the interview. I told him on the way back just now, I go, I pretty much just did your interview for you. Like, I went and I said, hey, when does he need to be here? What does he need to wear? What does he need to dress? This is who Hunter is. This is what he does. And I mean, my friend, my son goes, man, I like it when you go help me do stuff because I don't have to talk. I don't have to really do anything. My son's a great worker, but he may not have all the skills that I have. So by the time we got through, he knew what he needed. He knew the questions that would have been asked. Same thing with our drivers. When you get them in, it's like you want to be almost like a toddler, taking care of that toddler. You wouldn't send them out into traffic, but that's what a lot of people do with other drivers. Is like, hey, REVO's different. It's great. You should come over here and work with us. Good luck. And that's not how it does it. So I would go with them and say, who do you have right now that we can call? Hey, mom. Hey, grandma. Hey, aunt. Hey, uncle. Hey, cousin. Hey, best friend. And have them do a ride with them, because what that does is it builds belief in what we're doing, right? So it builds the belief in that person. So now that person's going, all right, I did a ride and I got paid on that ride. And they're going, oh my God, this works. Now, then if you help them get a driver and you help that driver do the same thing, get 5 rides in 5 days, guess what? Now you've got 2 people that are duplicated. Now, when that person, you teach that person to teach that person. We'll teach you all these things when we do this training. I'll tell you one of the things I'm going to do when you're here, people are out here, I'm going to get someone that's a driver that is able to drive here for Lyft or Uber, one of the things. I'm going to get in the car with the driver driving, and we're going to get a customer and that's with Uber or Lyft. I'm going to turn around and start talking to that person in the car. And by the time we get done, I'm going to have them signed up. And we're trying to make it so the whole audience and everyone at the training can watch live while I'm doing it. If not, we'll record it, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it. And then we're going to do some live ones, and we're going to do some different things. So that's what I would say, or when you're getting somebody new, is just get them some kind of success in the first 24 to 48 hours and see, even if you need to call us and say, hey, I need to get this person approved. How quickly can we do it? We can do it pretty quickly now because we can get their background check. Once their background check is done and we've checked out their documents, we can put them driving right away. So if you get somebody, you go, hey, man, I need to get this done today, we'll get it done for you. So does that help a little bit?
Excellent. No, that's exciting. I'm slowly kind of getting my MO down, but we're starting to get traction. It's gonna roll.
Right. Awesome. Well, listen, I can't wait to see you when you get here, and hopefully we won't be cold when you come over.
Likewise. Well, it's been raining all day in Chile, and they moved me back
It's kind
next
of
to
the
the
same here.
freezer
But listen,
section.
my friend
Yeah.
Jay, one of my friends, Jay, is up in New York and in New Jersey, and he told me it's 9 degrees today. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah. It
no,
was
I'm good.
like 40, 45 below in parts of Montana. So I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I bet you are glad to be in Florida.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, listen, I'm gonna move on, and
Cool.
then we'll talk to you. We'll see you in a week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Paul.
All right. Thank you, Herb. All
Appreciate
right.
you.
Does anybody else want to share or have any questions, or put my glasses back on here? Happy to help. Lisa's not the best, Ron. I am. I'm just kidding. They can just go online. Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions you want to ask? That was great. I think that's one of the biggest things that we're going to talk about this weekend when you guys come out is really what you do with someone when they're new. Listen, getting a new customer even, we've got to walk them through. This is a different animal, guys. It's a different game. And so now we need to be able to duplicate what we do. That's why I'm saying if there's any way on possible green earth that you can be here in Florida on those 3 days, I promise you when you walk out of there, you'll get your money's worth. Well, I mean, it's free, so you're going to get your money's worth no matter what. But just being here, after you walk out of here, Rodney can tell you, other people can tell you, Lon can tell you, being at our live events is an amazing thing because I'm going to teach the stuff I really, really know how to do now. We haven't been doing it. You can ask some of the guys. We haven't done a live training in probably 6 to 8 months, maybe even longer. And when we do this one, this isn't going to be about the show. This isn't going to be about all the cameras and the lights and all that kind of stuff. I told everyone that this is going to be about hands-on. How do I do this? And we put together a system because when we have a system, That's how we win. We're already on track. We're doing well. The app's getting better every day. James is working on it every day, night and day. And we are really, really starting to come into our own. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. If you don't, we can end for tonight, and then we'll do our 11 o'clock tomorrow. But one thing I would tell you guys is this: putting people on the call. Like I did a call today at, I think, 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. I think somebody else did. I think I did them both today. No, I did both of those today. 2 o'clock, I think I had one person on that was, those are put there for you to put people on those calls. So you got to understand, if you get people on the call, I'll do everything I can to get them into your team, either drivers or customers. So we did it at 1 o'clock, and I'm okay with it. I know what it takes to build momentum. And then Alex did one tonight at 8 o'clock right before this, and we had 8 people or one person on the call. Now we have 20 people. So it's time for us to reinvigorate things. It's so funny to me. A lot of times people get excited and motivated, and then by the 3rd week of January, which we're about at, they've already lost their steam. They've already lost their excitement. This is right. Right now, I will tell you, I'm hitting my stride for where I thought I'd feel in about March or April. Like, I'm fired up about working. Lisa and them every morning are working. Yeah, Evelyn, James. James is working more than I've seen him working. That's not true. James is always working because he's up at 3 a.m. But he's so fired up and excited, and we're overcoming challenges. He worked so hard on putting this driver pay thing together, driver pricing thing together, and it's just growing. So maybe we have some more. I'm in SoCal. Send some of that rain. You do need it. Jose, look up sending apps in replace. So does anybody have any more questions or anything that you'd like to share this evening? I'm happy to unmute you or take your question in written form. But I would tell you, let every single person in the company every driver that's had an issue or a problem, 11 o'clock tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, we're going to get on and we're going to go through and we're going to handle every one of the problems that you may or may not have or think you have. And we'll go from there. Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Oh, I think maybe somebody about to ask one. How to add vehicles and how to edit vehicle info. Let's, Mohammed, if you don't mind, that's a kind of a technical question. Be on tomorrow at 11. Lisa, if you'd write that question down. If for someone in Mohammed it's not on tomorrow, we'll share. We will make sure we got a video of that. But if you can be on tomorrow at 11 a.m., we will make sure that we get these technical questions. And I promise you, we won't stop until every one of you is satisfied with what we have given you, or we will have that and we'll work on it and get it done for you. So I think we're going to go ahead and break it for tonight. But tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, please make sure you've got every single person you possibly can that has any kind of problem or wants to find out about problems. And we'll keep answering them until we're done. So I'll leave you with this. What we're doing right now is definitely going to change the atmosphere and the landscape of what's going on in rideshare. Lisa, he said he did send it to support twice. So if you don't get an answer tomorrow at 11 a.m., please email me, paul@revoride.com. But we will be on here. I promise you'll get everything answered for you. So I will say this. I had a call. We did a call yesterday for new drivers. We had one driver on there, and he was from Australia. And it was great because Aiken was like, listen, I've been wanting to talk to you. I've sent you some stuff. We're ready to start opening in different countries now. I just had a call with some people that were going to open in Canada. Australia, we're about to open. I know we're going to be working on opening in the Netherlands. But now is the time. We are ready to start growing. We're ready to start multiplying. But we've got to have duplication. We've got to have some of you that go, okay, I get it. I understand it now. And then we go forward. So I appreciate you jumping on with us tonight. Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., please join us, and we will see you then. Thanks, guys, and have a great night.